Hi all, welcome to another C24 Chess 24 Banter Blitz. Let's look at this voucher code for a moment. You can get 15% off if you use the voucher code Kingscrusher when you use this chess24.com/premium. Okay, so, and you can challenge the likes of Magnus Carlsen, the current world chess champion, other grandmasters, IMs, etc. Once you're a premium member. Okay, let's go to the challenges now. So the first challenge today, Jetzel. Okay. I hope audio and visual is okay. Just mute over there. And I'll play, I think, Knight F3 today to start off with. And maybe a Catalan D4. I'll go into a Catalan, I think. Maybe I'm trying to avoid the Tarrasch. I think Jetzel's a Tarrasch fan. So we're not getting a Tarrasch here. Maybe I can let C takes happen. And or are we getting a Tarrasch? B3. Maybe I'll make it slightly different. I have a certain uncertainty actually about this position. It doesn't seem I know what I'm doing yet. Knight takes. Alright, if I play bishop b2 and c4, is that a reasonable position? I hope it's a reasonable position. So c4. I think c4 is logical here. Still try and maybe isolate the pawn if possible. Or e4. There is potentially bishop c5 on the cards. Can I play e5 here? It looks as though I'm in a spot of bother with the queen and the knight. So I guess knight d5. If bishop takes, I thought here e takes is a more cunning move to consider rather than the ordinary recapture. What happens there? If takes, I take, I'm hitting the rook. I think that might be winning material. Oh, there's bishop takes. Will I play bishop takes? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm not entirely sure after bishop takes. Takes the rook. I end up being the exchange down. Yes, I'm not sure that would be that clever. Okay, I'll just try and have a small edge if possible, if it exists. Can I use the c file, or is there knight b4? Do I play a3 here? Try and cover knight b4 while I'm creating weaknesses. And now I've also tied down the rook. That isn't that clever, is it? Tying down the rook on a1. And I can play rook c1, I hope. I thought maybe go for that c file. Is that a5 of interest? Right. Rook c2 gets that in the firing line of bishop a3 potentially. Maybe I can take. Unfortunately, this is a bit scary. It's been tested. Yeah. There's a knight b4 impact to factor in. If I move this pawn, there's knight b4. Is there rook c4? I'm hoping there's rook c4. It's not that convincing. Knight before rook c4. Am I able to get something out of this still? Alright. Okay, maybe I can take off a pair of rooks with rook c8. I think that might be something useful here, just to make sure the bishop's more stable, slightly more stable. Okay, I will take off and stop g4. I'll try and discourage. Oh, there's knight f4 there. Okay. Next problem. I think black still is comfortable. Is there rook c6? Trying to cause a nuisance somewhere. Black's pretty comfortable here. Unfortunately, that knight. What can I do here? Rook a6. Is it possible rook a8? King f5 to e4 is also a bit of a concern. Okay. And I'll have to let f4 go, I think, to try and get something from this position. Although that is a very, very scary thing to do. Or can I play like this? To sort of indirectly dissuade g4. If I can play check. Maybe I'm threatening check. On g4 check, king f5, rook g5, king e4, unfortunately. I think this is slightly better than earlier, but it's the knight on d5. It's a very good piece for black. The a5 is not that, it's very difficult to do anything with a5 right now. Because of that knight. Oh, he's given me a pawn, and perhaps I should take him up on that. There's two pawns actually. I was thinking of a5, yeah, to get an outside pass pawn. Okay, and go for rook g8. This outside pass pawn might be worth pursuing. Okay, knight d1's happening though. In the light of knight d1, maybe I should just take these guys, or one of them, or two of them. How does this work? Knight d1's going to happen. Take this one. Knight d1. Okay. H4 for a moment. Actually, I do wonder if rook e5 might actually be possible. Knight f7, king h7. I'll grab this pawn. Maybe rook g5 is the way to go. To hit h5 here. Actually, knight d6, e4 to f6. Looks as though I should be doing that. Alright, yeah, that was a very difficult game to play, actually. Thanks, Jetzel. Goggin Paul, hi there. I'll try maybe e4 here. e4. And try open Sicilian here. Sveshnikov. Is it going to be a Sveshnikov? So e6. I wonder, taking and then bishop d3. Well, I think I'm tempted to take here because it looks as though there's a lot of dark square weaknesses around. And this sort of thing, maybe I'm going to provoke other dark square weaknesses, potentially. Now, e5, knight d5, I'm not convinced by. h5, knight h5, I'm not convinced by. And nor bishop g5, h6. Not really convinced by these options, actually, after h4. Maybe this wasn't entirely clever. I could try the radical g4 to try and justify the h5 plan. Or the h4 move, to try and justify somehow. Without too many downsides, I hope. The h4 move. This Kérez style attack is best against the Scheveningen Sicilian, in my view. So, not here, but let's see anyway. So e5, I weaken the e5 pawn. But there's f4. Is it like too many weaknesses? Maybe just g5 and let the queens come off. I might be slightly better there. Or h5 here. Is there any point here? Oh, there might be a point now. So bishop d2 and castle queenside. That's okay. There's some pressure there, isn't it? So rook e1 and ed with the idea of knight d5. Sometimes the bishop's holding d5 right now. Okay, how about knight a4? Maybe knight a4 and then b3 if c5. I think there's some structural issues with black position. b3, there's queen a3 though. Oh, there's also that. That looks like a good move. Okay. Oh, I think my king is in needing of attention. This a file's dangerous. Okay. b3. Oh, this could be a bit scary with that bishop. And I can't even play e5 because of that rook. There's some issues to solve here. Do I move the rook? f4, e5 to try and close that bishop down. Alright, well this looks as though it's a very interesting exchange sack opportunity, which I'm not going to pass off. It weakens, surely, the black king here. If I just take here, and then queen takes h1, it looks as though I might have enough compensation. There's also an insertion of bishop f4 to try and win this with check on the cards, potentially. So bishop f4 and then queen takes h1. I want to try and expose the black king here. I think this will be a way of doing it. So that's with check. There's also f6, looks rather tempting. f6 provides rook e7, which is very dangerous. I think, yeah, things have turned on the black king here. In a nutshell, rook e7, it looks really dangerous. Okay, there's still rook e7 on the cards. So rook e7 actually is more dangerous than I thought because, well, there's not too many escape squares for the king here after rook e7. The queen would have to be given up. So rook e7 looks very tempting. Okay, that's the way to fight on, for sure. It seems. Maybe queen e4 for a moment then. Queen e4. And take care. Okay, I might have a big threat here. Well, I think there's another way of playing the position here, which is just to play f7 and just to hold the pawn for bishop h6. I'm going to swap my trumps for these. This looks clear enough to play bishop d6. I'm swapping my trump cards around here. Rather than king safety, I think this passed pawn all of a sudden with bishop d6 or bishop h6 looks very, very tempting. The two bishops here seem very good against the rook. Okay, I can always play bishop d5 if needed, so I believe this h-pawn is not too scary. Okay, so bishop d5. And I think block this pawn officially. And support that bishop. Okay, make sure the king hasn't got an entry here into the position via g4. And bring the king up to b5, I think. Although this pawn's a little bit dangerous. Instead, to keep an eye on this pawn, what about just this pawn? The bishop stopped the king from stopping the pawn. Alright, thanks for the game, Goggin. Okay, Gillian. Okay, let's see. Hi, Gillian. One elephant, two elephants, three elephants, four elephants, five elephants, six elephants, seven elephants, eight elephants, nine elephants. Oh, we got a game. I tried to play solidly last week. Actually, it was rather interesting. I think I'll try something solid here. Nimzo Engine. Or going into Benoni now, which isn't so solid. Maybe the snake Benoni, bit of spice. An unusual bird, the snake Benoni. Right, so d6 and bishop a5. So trying to hold up that e5. The Pianchetto creates some dark square weaknesses. Yeah, I mean there are some weaknesses anyway, but I think I'm trying to put pressure on e4 here. Maybe g5 is becoming plausible. And then sort of play based on e4 soon or not. Alright, that looks actually quite scary. Is that bishop pinned? If the bishop, I thought it might have used the. This doesn't look very convincing so far, does it? For me, it looks as though I'm worse here at the moment. Knight takes d5. Is running into queen takes and bishop c4 for queen g6. Is that really the case? The rook would be there's bishop h7 check as well. Alright, can I take on c3 instead? Or is this really asking for it? This is unpleasant, isn't it? I'm getting the idea this is an unpleasant position somehow. I'll try b5. This is rather desperate looking. I think e5 from white was very good, very thematic looking, and here I'm in trouble right now. This is a bit of a distraction device. Because I'm thinking, he looks very scary, these bishops. Okay, can I get away with? There's always bishop c4 after. What about bishop b7? Bishop b7. I'm just concerned that I ever take there's bishop c4 and queen g6 all the time. Okay. Can I kick this? This looks like a strange move to play. Looks awkward. Is the knight ever going to have a retreat? This pawn's also dangerous. I think queen f6. The pawn's dangerous. Knight e4, I imagine queen g6. Okay, can I do this? I thought knight f3 here is interesting. To try and generate some tactics. Alright, I'll go with queen, knight f3. I suppose there's king f1. Bishop c3. Alright, I think king f1. Oh no, I think that's fine, king f1. Let's have a look. I don't think this is a winning position. Oh, white's winning with knight d5, apparently. What's going on here? Alright, yeah. Just this position. No, it's a winning position for white. Yeah. Again, this bishop c4 for queen g6. This is the snag I've seen many times in this game. This bishop c4 for queen g6. Just to put this on the board, this is just looks devastating. I think it's not giving me anything, but I imagine queen g6. You know, I think I was worse after e5. If we go back e5, I look to be much worse here. This is, I'm starting to think maybe I should go back to the much more solid openings that I was playing last week. It's less worrying for me than getting these positions. These are just horrible. This is just, it's a rather desperate tactic. Okay, so it's refuted with knight d5. I thought king f1. Alright, bishop takes c3. If queen takes d1. If b takes... Oh, rook 8. Whoa. Oh, that's nifty. Alright, so if takes queen d1. There's some nifty tactics there then. Okay. No, I think I got away with it there, but I think even in Blitz, I think there's a case for solid openings where possible. Solid, as in. Okay, so French the fence. I think I'll try French the fence. The snake Benoni doesn't hit one of the solid openings. It's more weird and wacky and original. Although I did have many bullet games once with a Philippine grandmaster who Joey L or something. Now this line. We've had this theoretical debate before, haven't we? There's something quite interesting about this line. I think c4 and bishop b4. So my friend Paul Giulio, I think, had this same opening against David Bronstein in one of the Lawyers About Masters. And David Bronstein didn't go for the pawn. Paul managed to castle queenside and get a good position and managed to beat David Bronstein in this line. And I remember some analysis about it, that maybe c4 and bishop b4. And I have played this since with varying success in Blitz. So I think it's an interesting position. There might be the possibility of CD and bishop e4 sometimes, or maybe it will happen in this game. So imagine rook c1, cd. It's too dangerous to play knight c7, king d8, knight takes, because of bishop b4 pinning the queen. So I think there are some interesting tactics by being materialistic here in this line. Or is it the case I'm losing the queen? There is a check if I want the queen back to base. I think I'll go back to base to protect c7. What? This is running into CD, isn't it? Winning another pawn. But there's also the less materialistic c4. I guess knight d6 check might be the idea. Bishop takes. Queen takes. Queen e7. I mean, it's another pawn, though. Am I being too greedy? I've got now for an endgame set with a passed a pawn. I've covered a game on the Kingscrusher channel. Someone nabbed an a pawn and won in the endgame with the a pawn in some variations. Once you nab the opponent's a pawn, you've got a passed a pawn usually. So I'm looking forward to the a pawn in the endgame. Yeah, if I can survive the middle game. So f6. This is a bit of pressure, for sure. I can actually play knight db8 here, hitting the queen. Is that worth playing? Simplifying? Also, I've just noticed knight b6 really hits the queen as well. If queen d6, queen takes d6, that knight's a bit of a liability. I think I'd rather play knight b8 here. Okay. So hitting the queen, not leaving a sort of liability on b6, because this b file, if I want to push the pawn, I don't want to weaken b6 with a piece sitting on b6 necessarily. I have given back d4. Okay. Oh, now I'm running into trouble. So I have to give up an exchange. But I'm holding d4 on the bright side of this. Look, always look on the bright side of your position. Okay, so is f5 incoming, or can I get away with a6? I'm hoping I can get with a6 and b5. Alright, I'll develop that knight. So he's going to win d4. Alright, I've got the passed pawns though, surely. b5. I can do something with the passed pawns, I would hope. So I imagine bishop b7. Position comes alive, I hope. Rook c8, hitting c2. The king's got a prospect for c5. The rook's got a prospect for c3. These two well, this one in particular looks dangerous. But maybe I'm being optimistic here. f5, I think I can just take. Alright, so imagine this position. To get my king up to b6 to support a5, a4. Mind you, there's always rook a4 there. Okay. I think my king going to b6 is important. It does support the idea of a5, maybe bishop a6. Try and open up this bishop. Now f6 could be a little bit dangerous. At least I'm dissuading rook f1 because of b4 now. That king position might not be ideal. Is it possible I should have played b4? I didn't want to leave that pawn. It's too dangerous. Oh, that's another pawn. It's two connected passed pawns now. That's severe compensation. If I play my cards right here. I think it's looking good with these two connected passed pawns here. D4, D3. I can play this because bishop d3 check. Alright, there's g5 here and bishop d3 anyway. This pawn is going to win, isn't it? Yeah, it's an interesting line. So I think I know a little bit about it, but it's still dangerous for black, even in what I mentioned with c4. It's kind of dangerous. I've been hacked up a few times in that line in the past. Okay. Ryan Shah. Let's try and play solid with black, because it's sometimes nice not to be concerned you could be blown to bits anytime soon. Sometimes that's a nice idea about not being torn to shreds very quickly. I'm hoping this solid triangle system is going to give me a position that's interesting. So maybe a quick e5 here. Okay, so it looks solid enough at the moment. In fact, I think I like the position at the moment. So, oh, there's a rook. Was it bishop b2? I'll take another rook. 2 rooks for the queen. Seems actually a good thing, generally. I'll grab it. And now on queen a2, rook a1. So, but I would get another pawn, and it's past a pawn. Maybe I should go with this. Okay. Little transaction. Oh, am I losing h7 though? With bishop f6? Or is it kind of simplify it? The bishop's pointing at the queening square of my pawn there. Right, so a5, a4, try and activate. Oh, this pawn is interesting. All of a sudden, and try and get in over here. Double the rooks, maybe. Oh, why didn't I take the knight? Oh, idiot. I should have taken the knight. Oh, I'm a muppet. Ah! Oh, I should have been on the lookout for that. Oh, I'm making things difficult for myself. Very difficult. Muppets. And then there's knight d7 potentially. In fact, how do I make progress here? This isn't clear, is it? What would I do to actually make progress? I'll protect g7. Maybe bishop f6 is interesting. Oh, crikey. g5, with g5 help the cause, trying to undouble for a moment, or bishop f6, nice pin. You've got to watch out for this battery as well on g7 all the time. I think the pin, bishop f6, it looks like something that would be desirable. There's always g5. I've got to be careful about g5 from white. So anything like knight c7, g5, and then I'm asking for big trouble. Can I play rook a3 for a moment? Threatening rook e3. Is there potentially rook d3 here? Oh, okay. D4 for rook B3, rook B1. Maybe D4. Am I losing my way? It's possible I could be losing my way here. If I take... that's really asking trouble. I think the idea I had, rather, was this. Although Queen C4 is dangerous there. Crikey. Alright, if I do this. Now G5, knight H5. Actually, there's rook E8 for knight E4 check. Where does that queen go? Alright. No, I don't want to loosen my position too much. Right, maybe rook B3. Oh, I see he's going for king G4. Alright, is that F6 or rook F8? Okay, I'm in real trouble now. How do I do this? Without G6 blasting me. King H8 for G6. Trying to avoid getting mated on H8. I hope I don't get mated on H8. Oh, Queen E7. F6. Is F6 too late? I think I'll take a draw here, actually, if he wants. If he wants. I think I've had enough of this game. I'm going to lose on time and everything. It's horrible. It's horrible. I can't calculate with F6. I think F6 looks as though I deserve to lose. If so, Queen E5, F6. I wouldn't say this is a brilliant resource. I'm sure he must have something like F7. F7. Okay, this is just mating anyway. No, that's out of the question. Very good, very good. Under pressure there. Okay. Maybe I should play English opening. G3. Rook C1, knight E4. We play for D4 soon. E3 and D4. Or is this F5 dangerous? Why didn't I take on E5 out of interest? Oh, Muppets. Is my brain engaged today? I've just been put off by my opponent's rating. His pawn was hanging there. Oh, Muppets. I've missed the chance again. His pawn was just hanging here on E5, I think, without too much compensation. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was compensation. Alright, maybe D3 is going to be interesting. D3. I mean, forced on the defensive here. But d3, I'm hoping to come back a bit with d3. Ah, fascinating. Alright, I think I should take that. f4. Rook f2. Is that a defensive try? Only 2 defensive here. Knight d5. And probably 2 defensive here. I think maybe, yeah, d3. Still trying to open up. There's c-file, rook c2 rather, to think about. So knight d3. Maybe that means maybe queen f3. It's very dangerous. Okay, but is it winning? Knight, just to cover d4. I'm worried about d4 being used. Also, this does provide support for queen g3, potentially. Check. Okay, bishop h5 is happening. Queen g3 here. Oh, I've just lost that knight on d3, I've just realised. Okay. Oh, hang on, the rook's hanging. There's knight e7 check for bishop for knight takes c6. Plays rook f6. The bishop e4. With the possibility of bishop c6 and knight e7 to win c6. Okay, he's pinned that. Okay, rook c2 then to stop rook d2. I think I want to play king f2 for bishop c6 for knight e7. Okay, on the pin anyway. Gives me bishop e4 potentially. Okay. There is bishop e4, but I think I want to kick this knight to be able to have rook c2 if needed. Okay. There is knight e6. Let's take this guy off. Oh. Is there knight a7? He wins b2. I have knight a7. Trying to maintain some sort of material parity. Unless my king's getting mated in the meantime. Alright, that's not nice. I seem to have lost my material here. No, it's not very convincing, is it? Oh, I think I'm material down after all that. Yeah. Oh well. Well played. Yep. That was tough. Chaos for most of it. Chess cadet. Alright, I'll play e6 and a quick. I think I like this plan, the quick a3 plan, if I can get it. Or this kind of Dutch approach. Dutch stone wall. Bishop d6. e5. So knight g4 coming up. If knight g4, knight g6, knight g4. Queen e8. Okay, that puts pressure on e3 again. Queen f4. Get the queens off. F4, D4 come to mind. F4, or maybe knight H5 for knight G3. F4. Alright, this bishop on this diagonal though looks interesting. So knight H5 for G3. G6. Now knight H5 for knight G3. Yes, there's a check here. We'll still try and get this knight G3 in. Now, maybe F4. Rook A4. These pawns pretty fragmented from earlier, that B takes. Probably carry on with maybe king f7 just to stop rook e7, safeguard. Now probably bishop a7 here because that pin looks nice. Pin and win, as they say. That pin looks pretty dangerous. Alright, yes. Alright, thanks. Grand Ola. Hi. I think knight c6 is kind of solid because I think can be solid in a lot of variations. Right, countdown. 1 elephant. 2 elephants. 3 elephants. 4 elephants. 5 elephants. 6 elephants. 7 elephants. 8 elephants. 9 elephants. 10 elephants. Okay, I might have to go to the next game here. No time. Teja. I'll play E4 for a bit of variety, I think. Hi, Teja. So this is the Fawn Pawn Cup, available at Teespring at Kingscrusher, if you're interested. And the Fawn Pawn Cup, yeah, okay. So Scandinavian, trendy Queen D6. I thought, without knowing too much about it, I thought this might be a idea. Can I play this? Because the king over here looks remarkably weak. Yeah. So taking in rook d1 seems very good. Just to pin that queen. Yeah, it looks as though rook d1. I think, yeah, it was tempting to win that pawn, but the bishop, yeah, is quite dangerous on that diagonal. Especially casting queenside, I'm looking out for pawn sacrifices quite often to get to the king on the queen side. I think I might have tricked the opponent playing it very quickly as if I blundered a pawn there. It's the classic, it's the lucrative bait, isn't it, in chess? You win material, but there's some sort of compensation. Downsides quite often. Okay, so rook d1, yeah, it looks as though I don't need too much else apart from rook d1. Bishop c6. I mean, the king could like crawl out maybe to e6. I think I just want to pin that queen. Yeah, I just want to pin that queen. It's a line I haven't really researched that much, this Queen d6 Scandinavian. I know it's very popular now. And I mentioned it actually in a video recently as a line in the Scandinavian. But yeah, I haven't really done too much on it. Is my connection gone or? All right. Thanks. Okay, so I'll castle here. Knight e3. All set for rook d1. Maybe there's some work to do here. Okay. I'll start with queen c6. What's happening? B3 or rook d6. Maybe I'll simplify. bishop c6. And there's bishop d7, queen b8 here. It's winning further material. Yeah, it was dodgy pawn to take, I think. Friedel, might be fried by Friedel today. Okay, will it be another endless London system saga? Okay. Or is it going to be French defense torture today? Okay. Okay. No. Please, no. Anything but the French, anything but the London system. No. I'll even play F5. I don't care anymore. It's not solid. I don't care anything but the London system lines. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so bishop d6. I've got something different. It's interesting. It's got some interesting imbalances. Yeah. When I play chess, I need some interesting imbalances from the opening. If you don't know what imbalances are, Silman imbalances. Yeah. Every opening has its imbalances. And I think for me, I need diversity. I need to see diversity in often. I can't have the same imbalances each time. I feel I'm missing out on something. Okay, so bishop takes. Bishop takes. Is that any good? It's a position here that I feel under uncomfortable pressure, actually. Maybe g5 and queen g6 in the circumstance. Okay. So queen g6 here, is this asking for knight e5 tactically? Maybe there's queen g7. Maybe I don't have to play knight e5. Can I unravel a bit? Or not? b6? Is that losing material? Nearly losing material. b6? Yeah, it looks well dodgy actually. After taking, he's got... Oh, he hasn't got queen. I'm protecting there. Oh, d5 would drop. Rook e8. Maybe rook e8 in the circumstance. Try and play for a pawn sack. Or have I just blundered the bishop? b6. Imminent material loss here. If I don't play only moves, probably, I presume. b6. Alright, at least there's no immediate material loss. Just about. So bishop h5 skewering. Let's play queen g7 for a moment. And this is anything better. Queen c2 to be annoying. That's fascinating. Yeah. Oh, these endings, maybe to give me c5. Avoid the wrath of bishop b5. Maybe king g7 to g6. Just to stop bishop h5. He's going to play bishop h5 here. King g6 here. Looks technically possible because of knight f8. I think h5 and g4 at some point. Or here. Okay. Get the rooks off. Get my c5. I want to try and weaken the structure. I have to try and undermine the structure. c5 and knight c6 seems logical. French defense style. There is this. Okay. Alright, if I get in knight c6. There's threat of g4 here. Okay. g4 anyway. I assume just to fix that d4 seems a logical thing to do, to fix d4 down as a target. But it also gives me the b4 square. Is that harmless? I'll find out. I can play knight f8 just to make this knight work for something. This knight g6 is not that dangerous. Alright, there's a draw offer. Should I be trying to play for a win in these, really? But my position doesn't seem, you know, that brilliant. Is there a way? Well, he's made me regret not accepting the draw offer. If I don't accept it, I'll regret it. That's a very clever trick. So get someone to lose a load of time, and then there'll be a regret later. I can't see that my position deserves anything more than a draw. Truth be told, what is the engine thing? White must be fine, at least fine. Surely it's about equal. Yeah. Truth be told, it's a draw. I'm shedding rating points here. Come and just get rating points. Just get a possession and offer a draw today. Yeah, just giving away rating points. Okay, I without any risk. Okay. No, I'm not ruthless today. I've missed a few things. Okay. Anyway, being ruthless also results in losing horribly as well when after being offered a draw. It can go both ways. So I'm going to castle and king h2. I think it was skin of the teeth not to lose a piece though. I didn't really calculate e5 when that happened in that game. So it was skin of the teeth stuff to try and find something. So if you can't, to try to counterattack. So knight d5 looks plausible here. c3, d4. c3 and d4 looks to me the tempting plan here in the circumstance here. c3 and d4. I mean, maybe b4's got something going for it as well. b4, a4 is also. This hack attack after h4, g4. The thing is, this diagonal is a bit sensitive. So bishop g4, hg, queen g4. There's bishop h3 there, I think, pinning the queen. I might not need to worry too much about that. I suspect knight takes and d5 is on the cards here. In fact, maybe that was an opportunity I should have considered without bishop e3. I think I haven't gone. This hasn't gone the right way so far. I expected more from earlier. All right, that is weakening e6 though. Surely knight f4 to e6. And yeah, I think a knight on e6 here and rook c1. It looks a little bit uncomfortable for the black king now. Knight e6, rook c1. Unless my king's going to get it here. It's possible. Okay. d5. Okay. There's rook f7 here. I see. Is there any advantage playing it there? No, probably not. Knight d7. Oh, there's rook d6 as well to win a pawn. I just noticed now. Rook d6, that pawn's pinned. Rook f7 is knight d7. Okay, I will take this pawn. And move this. If the knight moves, then I win c6. D takes, and I'm going to be winning c6. This check is annoying. It is annoying. Yeah. Yeah, can't have everything in chess. Okay. I can take on g5 though. That protects actually d5 for a moment. So rook takes h5 gives me two passed pawns here. I'll push the h pawn now, I think. I think the knight's dropping off here because of this check. Alright, thanks, Pascu. Okay. Shelling forward. Okay. Sometimes I've taken him down with the English opening in the past when I've been on the lucky days. Usually he gets the better of me, but on lucky days, okay. Queen d2 and f5. rook b1 here. Although f5 knight d4 for knight b3. In the light of that, I think rook b1. Although knight a5 is interesting. Maybe knight d5. Maybe I'll just go with this anyway. Well, against knight b3. I think there's some perks of f5 to play bishop h6, I hope. Or maybe bishop takes, because I don't want to lose too much material. Am I back to rook b1? Oh, maybe rook b1. Rook b1. Oh, that's indecisive play, isn't it? Okay. Well, knight e5 hits e7 and b6, though. Isn't there knight d4 here? Am I imagining that? Just to get rid of the best piece in blank's position. Bishop g7 and f6. Play knight e7 and try and get the queen back. I'm hitting the rook after. I don't know if this is a good trick or not just yet. A little bit of material for the queen, surely. In fact, knight e7, knight g6, I'll try and get the queen back. Yeah, what's going on here? There's always bishop c3 as well. That forks the queen, and unless there's anything more tempting, bishop c3 or knight e7. This is with check. You think this is with tempo? Oh right, okay. Maybe I need to stay on the f file. Knight d5 to f6. Is there anything strong there? Knight f6. Okay. For knight a7. As I say, unless there's anything strong, knight f6 looks... All right. Rook f2. I don't think the bishops are going to do much. Okay, get tempo on the queen now. h5. Or bishop f1. Bishop f3. Rook d4. Rook a4. Maybe rook a4 is probably an interesting idea. Just to try and go for this back row stuff. Although, how interesting. There's always rook g2 and queen c2 if I'm not careful, so maybe not that interesting. Need to probably... Oh, it looks a bit doomed actually. Can I win f7? Is he giving me f7? I guess he gives me f7. Oh, hang on. There's rook g2 and queen d5. I think I'm losing material, whatever happens. It was interesting while it lasted, I suppose. Oh, maybe there's rook f3 anyway. Oh, there's that. Oh, okay, that does it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what was there anything there. Let's just have a quick sanity check. This engine thing. Knight b3. Oh, we'll go to this position. With rook e8 was interesting. Maybe that was stronger. Okay. That was possibly stronger than... No. Okay, I thought for some reason there was something. Maybe that doesn't seem to be on that analysis. I played. Okay. Banter. This might be the last game actually today. There's only 6 minutes left. It's a 5-minute game. I'll try knight c6. And g6. And okay, bishop g7 coming along later, and standard sort of plan I use. Hi Pepta, okay. Okay, so yeah, you usually want to take and a6, knight e7, that sort of thing. Ah, okay, yeah. And castle. d5 looks plausible if white castles d5. If e5, I think bishop g4. If ed, I think queen d5. That pawn looks a little bit vulnerable. Yeah, that's probably a good test of this. Okay. Maybe maybe h6. I can see structurally I'll have some bother here with c5 later. Is that bishop f5 just to be a little bit? It's getting a tempo. Bishop e4 could be handy, or g5, knight g6, and g4. Yeah, I'm intrigued now. Do I lose this pawn or not? Maybe I'll go with this g4 plan. I think b2 for c6 is a fair deal. If rook if queen c6, rook b2, push back over here. Okay, I'm not going to be winning b2 now, but is there something going on over here? Is it possible actually rook b6 just to delay white a bit on the queen side? h5, h4, h3, install the form pawn. Is this too dicey? I knew c5 is going to be like a torture point in my position. I suspected it. Bishop e6 keeps an eye on h3. f6 or f5 for f4. That's intriguing. f5 for f4. Oh, that's out of the question now. Okay. So knight f3. Can I play f6 here? It's getting rather dicey. I think I'm losing at least the exchange. Now that this has happened, I'm losing at least the exchange. Oh well. So knight takes. Yeah. I go over here. Oh. Is that a move? I don't know if that's a move or I've just lost. Yeah. It does seem to be winning material here. Yes, I seem to be material down as usual. Without too much to say. I mean, losing more material probably to. Oh. Well, I can win a pawn. Oh, that's a. My knight's not helping against that pawn, is it? But I can give it a go, or not. Not really. No, it's not helping against that pawn. It's only got 26 seconds though. The knight can't get to that pawn. Yeah, I think he's queening that pawn. That's a bit of a downer. Okay, it's just stalemate possibility. Needs to be ruled out. And then that's it after. Well played. Yeah, I thought positionally I was worse from the opening for c5. That was very, very good. Okay. Oh, bad week today. Anyway, I'll try and get revenge next week. Okay, hope you enjoyed it anyway. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Thanks very much.